Today's video is sponsored by Ant Lion. More on that later on. Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. Today's video we're going to talk a little bit about rotations for Jing Yuan and hopefully give you guys my take on the entire best CN rotation comp and the best way to build Jing Yuan, because at the end of the day things might be more complicated than it seems. So first things first, you might have seen a number of circulating opinions regarding Jing Yuan where you need at least 2 harmony characters to buff him, which I do think makes a lot of sense because Jing Yuan is an irritation character and you want to hyper buff him to do way more damage. Now this is something that you'll see a lot. Alright, so we have Jing Yuan as your main DPS, your main damage dealer, and then Ting Yan, Harmony, and Bronya is also another Harmony character. I personally think this particular comp is something that everyone is running right now, and I get it. If you want to get the maximum potential DPS out of your Jing Yuan, you gotta have 2 characters that buff him. So Ting Yan and Bronya is going to be kind of skill hungry in this particular comp actually. And then your only consistent skill generator is going to be perhaps Natasha, and you want to try to use her normal attack as often as you can, and if she needs to heal, it's going to be on her ultimate. And then Ting Yan is probably going to be the one that also helps you with that because she doesn't need to buff every single turn. So you can do her buffs alternately from her skill. So you can do like 1 skill, 1 normal attack, 1 skill, 1 normal attack, like alternate between that 2 to hopefully try to push your Jing Yuan a little bit. Now, obviously this comp has a little bit of... It's a bit tricky, alright, there's a bit of things that you need to know in how to set up things accordingly, but right now it's going to be a little bit difficult for a lot of us if you are still in the farming stage or farming for relic stage. Now, the most recommended value for Jing Yuan's speed is ideally to get to 134. That would be the best stopping point, the best, if you can reach 140 speed, sure, go for it. However, that's going to be extremely difficult because of a couple of things, right? Number one, even if you have a speed boost, alright, let's say you actually have a speed boost to plus 15, that is not going to be enough. Alright, you still need some substats to be able to push him past that. So it's going to be something that a little bit tricky to do. So hopefully, let's talk a little bit more in detail right after we talk about the sponsor for today's video, Ant Lion. Yo, what is up guys? It's time. They sent me this thing called the Mod Mic Wireless. It's literally a wireless microphone. There's no easy way for me to open this. I have to tear this apart. Opening up here. Oh, it comes in a very beautiful case. Okay, and this is very interesting. Wow, this thing feels really high quality. Whew. Alright, this is plenty of stuff right here. So the microphone, as you can see, it's basically this thing. So this thing has a magnet, as you can see at the back of it, to attach to your headphone. So this thing is a wireless thing. This is for you to connect to the PC obviously, and then we have the USB extension, looks like, and I believe this is for charging. Okay, so this particular segment right now I am recording using the Ant Lion wireless mod mic. So right now I'm holding it. You're supposed to stick it to the headphone or headset. I haven't done it yet. I'm not sure if I want to permanently stick it right here. But let me know what you guys think of the sound quality. So we're gonna jump into a quick battle. As though I'm playing a game. So let's go into... So right now the boss is down. This is Memory of Chaos. So let's go. We're gonna try to do this. Tila takes 1 turn. Yes. So yeah, overall, let me know what you guys think. I'm curious. I want to know honest thoughts of the sound quality. Keep in mind that you shouldn't compare this to something like my usual setup, because that's something this is something that's like way bulkier, harder to carry around compared to something as light as this. This is a completely wireless microphone. This is my first time actually using a wireless microphone. But yeah, let's jump into the video. Okay, so this is basically the recommended supports for the CN comp that they have been recommending from a lot of the CN players. You can see Asta is also going to be someone that they do recommend, and then followed by Bronya, followed by Ting Yan. Apparently Ting Yan is going to be the best support to pair with Jing Yuan. That makes a lot of sense. If you guys are not aware, Bronya has an issue in which her skill, you can see right here, is only going to last for 1 turn. Alright, the damage increase. So Jing Yuan's lightning lord will definitely not obtain any damage increase from Bronya's skill. So Ting Yuan is going to be the better buffer that is able to provide damage. However, I do prefer Bronya's ability to dispel debuff. It definitely helps a lot. Like for example, I've seen some situation where my Jing Yuan has been frozen before. And guess what? Bronya is one of the few characters in the game that has the ability to dispel debuff. And if Jing Yuan ever get frozen, stunned or whatever, Lightning Lord will not be able to take action, which can equate to a loss of DPS as well. This might be a thing that might be a non-issue in the future once more characters are released, but still, you might argue that Natasha is in the team. Natasha can also do that, but sometimes Natasha is going to get frozen herself. And also sometimes Natasha will need to use her ultimate instead of using her skill, because Natasha's ultimate doesn't remove debuff, it's only from her skill. So there's also something that you gotta take into consideration, right? And these small little things are usually not taken into calculation when you're building a comp, and this is only going to show you like the best damage, the best output damage overall. Now one more thing you can see right here, S-Star and Ting Yuan. If you don't have Bronya, apparently S-Star and Ting Yuan is also going to be pretty viable. Alright, the difference in terms of increase is not that high. Obviously, the maximum output damage, Bronya and Ting Yuan is going to be the best, but that's going to be something that's like not easily reachable for a lot of free-to-play players. Ting Yuan is still going to be the better support overall because her benediction, alright, her boost lasts for 3 turns, therefore Lightning Lord most of the time will be able to obtain the buffs. Now let's talk a little bit about Jing Yuan's build. Ideally, what is the priority right here? In terms of Light Cone, I would say Before Dawn is going to be the best one, followed by Today is Another Peaceful Day. Obviously, if you have this one, that means you are a Battle Pass buyer. Now this is going to be a very good one for most erudition characters overall. This is going to be the second best Light Cone for Jing Yuan right now. Now in terms of the third best, it's going to be Birth of the Self if you're just looking for pure S1 potential. However, Breakfast at S5 is going to be better than Birth of the Self at S1. And seriousness of Breakfast is something that a lot of players can easily get this to superimpose 5 because this particular Light Cone is available in the Memory of Chaos shop, which is also something that you should consider if you are a free-to-play player. Now Jing Yuan's build is pretty straightforward. Highly recommend to get Band of Seizing Thunder. That's going to be the best set for him. If you have a good, like main stat or substat of the Musketeer of Wildwit, you could consider using this because this is going to improve your speed as well. But I do think that Band of Seizing Thunder has an overall better output damage. Now this particular one, obviously you want to go for crit rate or crit damage for the body. And then for the boots, this is going to be something that's a bit complicated. You can either go speed or attack percent. Now if you do go speed, it's going to give you much more flexibility in my humble opinion for you to fit in certain different teams. Yes, most of the time you want to pair Jing Yuan with your Bronya and Ting Yuan. But what if in the Memory of Chaos, you also have Scylla and you want to use Bronya with Scylla? So therefore Jing Yuan and Ting Yuan, if there's no Bronya to give you the extra turn most of the time, speed boots is still going to be very crucial. Especially, I do think that it's going to be in particularly more important if you don't have Bronya. So for the middle piece, I will go for Inert Sasotto. This one makes a lot of sense because it's going to improve his follow-up damage by 15%. Granted, only if your crit rate reaches 50%. So therefore, you want to make sure Jing Yuan has at least 40% crit rate. The idea here is because if this trace right here, you will be able to get another 10% crit rate easily. So 50% can easily be achieved right there. But the truth is, going higher is definitely better. 60% crit rate and 150% crit damage seems to be the aim for most players. So I would say those are the numbers that you want to look for ideally in the long run. Now make sure you guys get the lightning damage boost for this particular piece, the sphere. Very important. Do not go for attack percent right here. However, for the rope, yes, you can go for attack percent right here. I don't recommend energy regeneration because Ting Yuan is going to be able to provide you that most of the time. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for this video. Keep in mind that in the future, there'll be more characters, harmony characters that will be released, including like Madame Yukong, somebody else that can give you buffs, and perhaps things might change down the road. So as always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and big shout out to Antlion Audio for sponsoring today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day and goodbye.